Hi everybody, this is Coach Ventress Wynn at CoachWin.com, a basketball life. And this is really an introduction to what Spreaker has allowed us to do and me to do, coming to you once a month with my podcast. Podcast going to cover a lot of different things in the basketball community, whether that's something that really goes down interesting at the pro level, things going on at the college level, directly related to the high school level, whether it's NCAA, high school, whether it's coaching and recruiting, whether it's the game itself, how it's being played, rules of the game, whatever we can do to keep you informed about this game that we all love, which is basketball. And that's really what that's really what my life has been. It's been a basketball life. It's allowed me to raise a family. It's allowed me to be gainfully employed, to put food on the table for my family. So how I look at basketball is maybe totally different than how you look at it. I love the game, so the love was always going to be there. But then I had to take that love and turn it into, if I'm going to love something that much, how am I going to monetize it, and how is it going to make me a career? And at a very young age, I realized that I can only play the game so long, but to really stay connected, then I had to find something that would allow me to be connected, and that was coaching. And to get paid to coach, you have to be a top-notch coach. And I really got introduced, luckily, it's kind of like the outliers, these people come into your life, and you don't know why they're there at the time, but when they exit and you look back, you realize that they impacted your life in such a way that it's allowing you to be employed or prosperous maybe 5, 10, 15, and in some cases, obviously now, 35 to 40 years later. And in that, I'm talking to the great coaches. I had high school coach, whether it was Cleet Adelman, who really introduced the game to me. Tony Lippo, one of the best coaches I've ever had. Ali, who was a great coach when I was a sophomore. He taught me a lot. Randy Olson, my freshman coach. Bill Reynolds, who was a great coach, long time. All these guys were career coaches. They coached 20 plus years. Bill Reynolds coached high school a long time. Then he was a long time coach at Southern California College, now known as Vanguard. Obviously, Cleet Adelman, he's in the Hall of Fame at the junior college level. His brother, Rick Adelman, who spent some time at Bosa when I was there in his transition from the pro playing just to see what he wanted to do. And now he's the brother of Cleet Adelman. Been really, really fortunate to as a young age, go to Snow Valley basketball camp in the mid and late 70s. I went there as a camper. Later would bring my daughters back to Snow Valley as campers. So to be around great basketball has always been instrumental in my career. And then obviously I got my start coaching at the Parks and Recreation level while I was being just a go-getter for El Camino High School, doing whatever Ray Johnson needed in his early coaching days. And I, came out here, played basketball in Miracosta and Palomar College in the early 80s. And I started helping out at El Camino and Ray Johnson. And I knew I wanted to coach. Rancho Buena Vista, when it opened, gave me my first freshman job. I did freshman JV. I did whatever it took. I attended every camp and clinic that I could do. Coaches today and young people, they just want to jump into coaching. I wasn't that unfortunate, because I think it's unfortunate. For me, learning how to coach 8-year-olds and 10-year-olds, you have to teach. So if you're coaching them, you're teaching them. And that teaching and those skills will help you later when you're talking to adults. I guarantee it. So if you are a new coach, a young coach, I'm entering my 30th year in the game. And if you're just getting in, don't want to top so quick, because you won't stay there long unless you get that nurturing, that learning, and hitting those streets, because it's just like your game. You can't buy a new game, and you can't purchase a new to be a great coach. You have to go through the process. And so this side, back to this side, is just going to, obviously, we're going to cover what's going on with the youth basketball I mean, my kids came through it. I have a son now that one of the reasons I'm getting so deep into the youth level is I want to make sure he has a great coach, and I feel like I'm a great coach. So all the kids that are in our program, they can thank Marcus because I'm going to be in basketball, but I'm going to be here obviously because I'm going to be where my son is. And you know, you got to be honest about that. A lot of people, oh, I don't love this. Yeah, I love it. I don't love it that much. I can write books. I'm going to be writing a book. I'm doing stories, speaking engagements. I've done everything. I've been at high-level camps. I've run all-American camps. I've directed. I teach pros. I've had pros through our program. So I feel like my program, whatever I do basketball related, I'm the elite of the elite. And, you know, people can badmouth that and say what they want, but the numbers, the resume speaks for itself. I don't even got to go in it. But if you get an opportunity, click on the resume, know what you're getting into. Longevity, I got a useful and I got a fun disposition. That's who I am. When I'm on the court, I'm about as happy as I can be. And when I'm teaching and I got a captive audience and I got kids who want to be great, oh, there really is nothing greater. You know, the whole Gotham City hoops, 80-20 basketball, CoachWin.com, those things are all related. They all came out of Future Stars basketball program I started in the early 90s or late 80s, really club before there was club. You know, a lot of guys now, they got clubs, and I'm proud of them, but I haven't changed. I'm going to still build my club around the footwork, the fundamentals, the shooting. You know, I raised 2 Division I high-level players in my household. I've had people who have come through my program still currently playing in the NBA and the WNBA. See, I don't have to apologize. And when I get parents drive me up the wall. They know more than we know. And really, they don't know anything. You know, I got parents telling me about what's the best for their kid's career. It's just like me telling my doctor what's the best surgery and how to perform that surgery. And when I get that, I shut them down and I move on. You know, and I feel bad, but you know, with this internet and everything's right now, parents want success right now. They want their kids to be great tomorrow, and the kid can't dribble today. And I want to tell you young coaches out there, you're going to get blamed for everything. If you lose a game at 25, even though you didn't turn the ball over, you didn't take a bad shot, you tried your best, you're still the reason. The coach is the reason. Not the kid can't dribble. They're slow. They don't play hard. You know, so my kids who come to my program and parents, it's not just training the kid, it's training the parents. If you want to be a loudmouth parent and want to always going crazy in places, I can't stand crazy. I'm not going crazy on sidelines behind no 8-year-old game. Cheer. Love your kid. 99.9999% are never going to make no money outside of getting their college paid, which should be enough. There's going to be those elite athletes, those 2, 3, 4, 5 in a million, 5 in 1,000, 2 in 100, whatever it is, that are going to get paid, whether to play in the NBA, the WNBA, or go play overseas. That can be a goal, but reality is going to set in. And if you've done everything to be great, there's going to be some good that comes out of your hard work. It'll never go unnoticed. So, you know, parents, if you're going to be a part of 80-20 basketball, Gotham City hoops, and a part of Coach Win a basketball life, then we got to love our kids. We got to support our kids. Support the people who are supporting their kids. Become a true family. Rally around those people in our group. You know, don't badmouth another player on the internet. Don't be a backstabber. Don't worry about a game. It's not the game over here. It's the game of life we're trying to win. And if you work hard every day, you dedicate yourself to being a great player, you're going to get success. It's going to happen. But also grow the family. Grow the relationship. I mean, if you only get ice cream when you win, what's that telling a kid? That they're a failure in life because they lose a game? That's not the truth. What you say is great job. You'll get them next time. Let's go work hard. You know, a lot of people don't want to hear a lot of stuff like that. But they're not great coaches. There's a lot of coaches out here, they can win when they got great talent. but they can't make great talent. And they're going to convince you that this is the way, that is. It's not the way. Look at their resume. Look at the players they've coached. How much of an impact. I'm just being honest. I have to be honest because this is what this podcast is about. You know, it's about honesty. So I'm not here to badmouth coaches. You won't hear me mention a whole bunch of names. But there's going to be some uneasy coaches because I'm going to give you information. And you have to take that information and you got to look at it. There's no agenda. It's just, I'm going to get into it. My podcast on the 30th, it's going to be every last Saturday. I got 12 podcasts a year. Get them while they're free. They're going to be every Saturday, the last Saturday in the month. This month, the podcast coming to you live, released on March 30th, Off the Wall. It's about club basketball, pay to play, okay? And but the whole thing is about exposure. And too much exposure can be a good thing, but to about 80% of the athletes out there, it's a bad thing. It's an in-depth look at why kids pay to play enormous amount of money to go to evaluation tournaments to be evaluated when they know, their coach knows, their parents know that they're not good enough right now. They have not been in the gym enough to be evaluated. They are taking a test on a book and they haven't read the book completely. They may have read 1 or 2 or 3 chapters, but the book was 30 chapters long. If I'm going to take a test on the book, I have to read the whole book. So if you're going to get evaluated by coaches who are going to make decisions on whether or not in your future they're going to spend money on you. Everybody say, I'll get you a scholarship. No, whether they're going to spend money on you. It's a dollar, dog, eat dog, dollar world. Don't get it twisted. So that's what the 30th is going to be slamming. It's going to be banging. And but it's going to be uncut. Uninfluenced. Hate by some, love by many. And we're going to keep it locked. So on top of all that, this website is about getting 5, 6, 7-year-olds interested in basketball, committed to basketball at a young age. I can't do 14. If you ain't ever played, you come to my 14, I'm going to send you down to these guys that can make you a player in 6 months. I can't do it. But if I get you at 5 and you're with me at 6, 7, and 8, I'm going to make you a national level player. I'm going to get you a scholarship. Now, I say I don't guarantee it because, that's crazy. I can't guarantee my job tomorrow. I might walk in and give me a pink slip. But the greater odds of you getting a scholarship is starting young, getting in a good program, coached by good people, and the opportunity and the probability of you getting a scholarship, some 12 years later are much higher. You can believe that. Unless you're what you call, I got that higher intelligence. Unless for a boy, you got higher intelligence. I call higher intelligence when you're 6'9" or 6'10". And a girl, if you got high intelligence, I call that about 6'5" or 6'6". If you got all those things, you'll need me a lot less. But you're going to still need somebody because they're growing bigs all over the world. So this is my 15-minute introduction for all the young moms and dads who are going to be a part of our program at Gotham City Hoops. For all the kids that are going to coach at the high school level, we're going to get it done to the best of our ability, and we're going to do a great job. But understand this, that nothing is gained without hard work. And if you put in the work and you're committed and you don't get caught up in garbage and spending your time on the internet all the time and have these crazy parents, you got a chance to be successful. Because people are missing the boat. And you're going to hear what I have to say on the 30th about this whole recruiting thing. People are drinking the Kool-Aid. And the problem with that Kool-Aid, it ain't got no sugar in it. And everybody who grew up on Kool-Aid, love Kool-Aid. But if it ain't got no sugar, y'all have a good evening. This is Coach Win. Coach Win, a basketball life. Peace out.